Hey guys, so some of you have been asking me for an update on the Precinct 6 constables. Now what happened with them was I was filming near a plant, and I'll link the original video in the description here for you. And I had a deputy handcuff me and then try to use a portable APHIS fingerprint scanner on me. I had made my hands into fists, and he squeezed the handcuffs to force me to open my hand enough where he could pry my finger open and put it on the scanner to get my ID. Complaints were laughed at, and that was the end of it. I requested their policy on the use of APHIS scanners. They refused to give it to me. The Attorney General ruled that they had to give it to me, and they still refused to give it to me. So I've never gotten it. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Whatever their policy is, they're obviously not following it. They just do what they want to do, and that's it. Because, they work in a very poor part of town, and the people there have no voice. They're scared of the police. And so the police there just do whatever they want. So the constable that was over Precinct 6 at that point, when the election came, he lost, and they put another constable in, Sylvia Trevino. The old constable went to work for Harris County Sheriff's Department in upper management. Of all the people that are in upper management at Harris County Sheriff's Department, he is the only one that I have an issue with. But I digress. Sylvia Trevino won the election. She took office. She is the wife of the former constable for that precinct, who was ousted from office because he got convicted of a felony. I'm not going to go into all that because it's not relevant to what we got going on here, except it calls her credibility into question, because a lot of what he was doing was embezzling money from a charity that he created and going to Louisiana to gamble up the money, and we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, and she was going with it. So I don't know. Anyway, Sylvia Trevino takes office. One of the first things she does is to bring in her friends. And unfortunately, a lot of these people have issues with TCOL, our state licensing board for police officers. Not sure what they're doing for a workaround on that, but there are people in upper management with Precinct 6 that have questionable reputations. I don't want to give up too much information because I'm still pulling documentation together, and they don't know I'm pulling it. Well, I guess they do now, but they didn't know I was pulling it, and they're not going to be able to track it back to me because I'm doing it through a back door, we'll say it that way. What else? Precinct 6 Constable Sylvia Trevino has issued orders that no member of her family is to be arrested without her permission. So if a constable, one of these deputies driving down the road, pulls one of her family members over for DWI, and this person is just drunk on their ass, falling out of the car, he cannot arrest them unless she gives him permission. Now, you and I wouldn't get that courtesy. They don't have to call the constable to get permission to arrest you or I. Why does her family get that privilege extended to them? It's wrong. It is absolutely wrong. Other things with Precinct 6. Precinct 6, there are quotas are not legal. However, in Precinct 6, they have the deputies have a quota. They must make at least one arrest a week, or they get called on the carpet. Bad thing about quotas is that sooner or later, people don't meet the quotas. They get desperate. They start doing things they shouldn't do to meet those quotas, like arresting people who shouldn't be arrested. just to keep their ass out of trouble. That is unacceptable. Quotas are bad news, and it's wrong. But Sylvia Trevino doesn't seem to care. They have contracts to patrol housing projects. Now this is a big deal. I've been monitoring these housing projects and have tons of video to back it up. And what I've found is that they're spending about 5% of the time in these contracts. The rest of the time, they're out patrolling on the street. That's not what they're being paid to do. They're being paid to be in the housing projects, and they're not doing it. It's boring because there's nothing to do there. They just sit around and have to deal with, talk to people, and they just hate that, So they're not doing their jobs. They're not doing what they're being paid to do. That's something I'm gonna take up with the county commissioner's court. It's time to either hire private security or some other agency for these contract jobs, because Precinct 6 is not doing what they're supposed to do. Dispatchers. Precinct 6 is pulling deputies off the street who are not trained or licensed to do dispatch work and having them work as dispatchers. The list goes on and on and on. Corruption and stupidity and just ignoring the law and the rules and just doing whatever she wants to do. This is what Sylvia Trevino, Precinct 6 Constable, is doing. And it's wrong. There are guidelines, there are rules, there are laws for a reason. And if the people that we charge with enforcing these laws don't obey those laws, what do we got? As far as I'm concerned, it's public corruption. It should be brought to the attention of the public and prosecuted. That's my opinion. Whether any of this meets the level of prosecution, I don't know. There's definitely some malfeasance going on. What I'm going to do now is contact the Houston Chronicle and let's get the word out countywide and citywide on some of this stuff. Like I said, I've got documentation to back it up. I have video evidence to back it up, and we just need to get it into the mainstream media now and see if we can't get Constable Trevino removed from office. I hate it when it comes to stuff like that, but it is what it is. Guys, y'all be safe, and I will see y'all again soon.